All right, here we go. Live on Facebook, YouTube, live on Facebook. All right, let's see if we can get this a little more organized. And I'm going to sit here for a minute because I'm actually only 9 minutes late. That's good for me. So, all right, that's practically early for me. So, they get on board and we'll get going. I'm being serenaded. The windows are open because it got really hot here in Connecticut. We were soaring up in the 80s. Crazy, crazy. 3 nights ago, the heat was on at night, and it is blooming hot here. But they say it's going to cool down next week. We literally jumped from mild winter into summer. Crazy. Hello. Okay, everyone's coming on. Hello, Chase. Hello, Dee. Hello, Rosemary. Dr. Seuss rhyme there. How we doing? I just threw myself together. Orlando wouldn't leave my hair alone, so I couldn't really do much with it. He's still upset that I was gone for 4 days. So parrots are extreme creatures of habit, very bonded. They do not do well when you're not around. So that was tough. Yeah, here we go. Speak of the little devil. Like a 747. Hey, Nicole. You doing, bud? You doing, huh? You saying hi? You're all worked up. All right. Oh my gosh. You're all crazy tonight. What's going on? You can say hi? Hi, baby. You say hi? All right. Come on. No. Don't be bitey. You've been bitey too. Don't. Just, okay, go lay down. Go stop. Now you're done. Now you're done. Okay. All right, so let's start talking, I guess. He says hello. He says Orlando's a pretty bird, and he will whisper in your ear if he thinks you're an asshole. He'll whisper that you're an asshole. So yeah, that's about it. Cockatoo is not known for their talking, actually. Other parrots like African greys obviously are the best, but yellow fronts and macaws much better talkers than the cockatoos. They're more clowns. They're very affectionate. Of all the parrots, they want to be on you or close to you. Yeah, I know. Why are you biting that? Why are you biting? You were overstimulated. Yeah. All right. You good boy? Yeah. He is having a moment. You're right, though. He is. Hello, Patty. Nice to see you. Anyway, I know. I gave you a piece of food. What else? All right. Well, let's see this week at the shop. Hey, Slam. What's going on this week at the shop? You are on fire tonight, buddy. Let's see what's happened. A lot of concern about jobs this week with the readings. A lot of career stuff. Young people, more young people, early 20s. Ooh, so you had two cockatoos. Okay. Hey, Tammy. That's a lot. That's a lot of cockatoos. It really is. An umbrella and a sulfur. Because he's one of the smaller ones. He's the size of an African gray. But I can't imagine. My dad had a sulfur. And did a lot of work. And again, they bond to one person. It's you know, and very loud. I've said this before, but if you go on cockatoo rescue, because they're also one of the most surrendered birds to rescue, they get upset, they pluck, and it's sad, but they need a lot of attention. But when you go on cockatoo rescue, you click on cockatoo rescue, and immediately there is this horrible screaming that comes out of your computer, and you're trying to turn it down and everything else, and they say, "Do you like that sound? If that sound bothered you, stop right now and don't go any further. Do not get a cockatoo. If you can't tolerate, that's their natural sound, and it's not pleasant." Really, what is up? Huh? What's up? Baby boy? Is Orlando a good boy? No. So yeah, they are. And it was, I've said this before, it was like 6 months from when I adopted him at 7, he's now 19. Um, it was 6 months of him just biting me constantly. He did not want to get on my hand. He didn't want to, come near me. He bit me hard a few times, got me really good. He was from a family that got him as a very tiny baby. He was, egg, basically, a hatchling. And one of their kids got allergic to him, and they couldn't keep him and let him fly around and have the freedom he needs. Because again, they need a very big cage, and they need freedom. They got to be able to move around. So they were looking for a home for him, and I was delighted to take him. Big, much bigger cage than they had him in, and it was a long time to get him. But I've worked with parrots before. I've had parrots before, and you have to. I start with a parakeet. Start with a parakeet or a cockatiel if you're going to start with birds. Parakeets are actually wonderful. I've had some great parakeets, wonderful birds. And get only one. The minute you get more than one parrot, one parakeet, they, hey, Bridget, here's someone who should be talking about birds, a bird expert. But if you have more than one parakeet, more than one, they want to talk and be with each other. They will ignore you. So one parakeet can be an amazing pet. My little one, I had her for many, many years, my little angel. And hey, Valkyrie's here. All right. Gail. So yeah, macaws are great, but the big macaws can hurt you. If he bites, he hurts. But a big macaw, hyacinth, can break a broom handle in half. So if one of the macaws bites you, and I think if I had young children in the house, I wouldn't have a macaw. I wouldn't have a big bird. And to be honest with you, if they advise against getting cockatoos and cockatiels, they shed a lot of dust. And so they say for young children, babies, it's really not great for their lungs. Anyone with a breathing problem, anyone with bronchitis, asthma, don't get a cockatoo. And it's because it's a lot of dust. And cockatiels as well. Bridget's weighing in. Yeah, Bridget, macaws for one person. Hey, Janice, how are you? I love them, and there are some smaller macaws, military macaws. I can't think of some little macaws, but they still have big personalities. I've not started the sign yet. No, I haven't, Jen. I'm going to get going, and I'm going to start with Aries this week. So, what else? So yeah, a lot of young people coming in the shop. The school year, academic year is winding down for college. A lot of kids wondering about the future with their colleges. Some kids moving schools, changing majors. So it was a pretty benign week. People getting sick, I'll tell you, that's been unnerving for me, myself included. Not right, and it's been a challenge for a lot of people. I have a new pulmonist. I met with him on Tuesday, so more tests ongoing while they try to figure this out with me. And my heart. So the blue and gold. Well, yeah, Bridget. My goodness, Bridget has had some beautiful birds. So, avian expert. Bridget's my go-to person when I have a question about parrots. But so far, so good with this guy. All right. So, any questions before I get going with the readings? Hey, David, how are you? Any questions? Anything you're seeing? Anything going on in the big world there? I'm going to leave off politics and world events right now because I'm actually scared shitless. I don't like what I'm seeing. So I'm going to let things unfold a little more. Okay, so binding. What's the difference? The difference between what? Binding and what, Jay? So the difference between oh David, I'm sorry, I'm not a medium, so I don't do messages from spirit. I'm sorry. I do tarot and I talk about what I'm seeing in my shop and what's going on there. You said that with the black bat. Okay. Now in Chinese lore, bats are extremely lucky. So that's a nice thing. I love bats. Yeah. But no, bats are considered lucky. Okay. Oh, a cat. That's all right. Oh, okay. So a black cat? Well, could be a message from the other side. It's funny because in England, black cats are benign. White cats are seen as unlucky and spirit bringers, and not the best of luck. Black cats have no meaning over there. So I think this is purely an American construct with the black cats. Yeah. Okay. First of all, Chase, I do not ever recommend binding someone to you. I've seen that happen. I've seen people. No, there's a restaurant that's a block away, and they are rocking out. Yeah, dance party over there. Probably should have shut the window, but it is warm in here. So binding someone to you can have horrible effects. I would never advise that. Binding someone away from you, binding someone from harming you. You know what? I think I should get up and shut the window because that is going to get louder and louder. Give me 1 second, guys, while I think about that. Wow. It's out over there. Casey, there's red meat in the fridge too. Okay. So to bind somebody away from you, if it's somebody that's in your family that you need to not have come to harm, let's say an aunt, a brother, a sister, somebody who like to leave you alone, that's the only time I suggest the freezer. You bind them in a freezer. Some like to use candles as poppets. I certainly do. To get somebody away from you, it depends on the circumstances and why you want them away from you. If they've done you harm, if they are a danger to you, I come out guns blazing. If it's just a matter of leave me alone, I always say if they're on your phone, you haven't done anything. They've got to be off your phone, off your social media, blocked in every possible direction, first and foremost. And I've had people come in the shop and, oh, my ex, I need to block, I need to bind, it's like, well, can you get him off your phone? Is he on your phone? Well, he pays for the phone, so I can't. I'm like, you can't, It's also extremely hard if you have a biological tie, that is, if you share a child. It's extremely hard because you're always going to have that bond between you. All right? But well, that depends on why. Okay, yeah, so do the mirror thing, Chase. That's exactly what you should do. Yeah. Well, look at the company you're keeping. Keep good company. Eat healthy, get plenty of sleep. That's the best way to bring good luck into your life. It is very hard to be an active addict and have good luck. I'll tell you that right now. It's very hard to be a liar and have good luck. If you're, I'm not accusing you of anything, please, David, don't hear me, but that is the basics. Be living a good life. It pleases the gods. What God whatever God you work with, it makes them happy when you're living an honest life. Beyond that, doing something that you love to do for a living. There's little things you can do. I cleanse your home, keep the vibes high. Uh, Ward your home and your car. Actively maintaining those wards, that takes effort and energy. Take a routine salt bath, keep your body clean and your aura clear. I like to carry a bay leaf in my wallet. I burn bay leaves periodically for cleansing. Uh, Always I suppose some cinnamon into your home for the first of the month. Um, and of course, if you, depending on what your spiritual path is, when you keep your traditions, when you act in accordance with nature, your energy is going to flow different. So nothing that obstructs the flow of energy. That's important. And a lot of times, a lot has to do with your health and the way you're living and your lifestyle. Okay. Let me if you're gonna feed a sachet, if you're gonna feed a mojo bag, depends what you got in there. If you got lodestones in it, then you're gonna feed them the magnetic ore. Some require drops of whiskey, perfume on certain perfumes on the corners. You dress the bag routinely. It depends on what's in there. I want to answer Rapid's question: Sag man, Virgo female. Okay. Well, of course, young Sag, young Virgos are then midlife. Sag, midlife Virgo. Sag brings adventure and activity and new ideas and energy, and Virgo brings structure. And usually, a Virgo shows they care, male or female, doesn't matter, by caring for. So their act of kindness, their act of humanity is to take care of whomever. Put on your coat. It sounds like nagging, and here's where it gets tricky. A Virgo's care can sound like nagging, and Sag's not known for tolerating nagging well. And when you say stop, you're telling them to stop caring about you. So, did you eat lunch? Wear your jacket. Put on a different shirt. Um, is there gas in the car? When's the last time you changed the oil? But it can keep going. Virgo can perseverate on the running of the house, and that can rub Sag the wrong way. A lot of communication can certainly go a long way. It depends on what the rest of that chart looks like. And then Sag, lack of detail. Virgo wants structure. Virgo, 10 minutes early is on time for Virgo. Um, they they like to know why things are being done and exactly why they're being done. And Sag can always explain themselves. Sag is fire, and they kind of, they go where the action is. And so that can be a challenge. But what they bring to the pot, what they bring to the collective is this idea of, energy and excitement and let's try something new. And Virgo is structured and planful and caretaking. I would always recommend with a relationship, a new relationship, going to elsaelsa.com, ELSAELSA.com, go to reports, go to the store, go to reports, and get a compatibility study, a compatibility report. I think it's $13. It's like 23 to 24 pages long, and it'll detail what brought you together, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, how to work on those weaknesses or challenges, and then also what you brought to each other to teach each other the long haul. What messages you bring. I've done it for my ex-husbands too, just to see what what we came in to teach each other. We came into, you know, okay. So Tammy, what sign are you? You're a Capricorn, if I remember correctly. Help me out. What sign are you, Tammy? I'm looking here too. Oh, hi, Noel. How are you? Nola, I'm so sorry. Okay, I don't do mediumship. I'm so sorry. I am not a medium. I can't bring messages through like that. What I'm going to be doing in a few minutes is Tarotscopes. I thought you were a Cap. Okay, so Cap and Taurus, that's lovely. I two earth signs, they speak the same language. Um, Taurus likes stability and consistency and home. Capricorn, usually not afraid of hard work. And the challenge is that Capricorn can be no, it's male and female. I got to say this. Capricorn can be preoccupied and with a sign that wants a lot of affection or attention. Taurus is one that does. They are ruled by Venus. You know, that's a they physical attention, physical contact is going to be important. Capricorn can't be so distracted by other things that they're not there to provide in that respect. Um, Otherwise, though, it's a wonderful. Two of my friends, Christian Day and his husband Brian, Capricorn and Taurus, man, they are like I'm like they're a storybook correct for each other, you know. So that could be a wonderful, wonderful relationship. Hey, Martha, how are you? I'm sorry. I do have Don't please don't be upset. I do have reading mediums in my shop. Um, in fact, I have a new reader tomorrow. Joanne will be in, and I was blown away by her interview reading. Really happy with that. And excellent medium, excellent tarot reader. We are starting to do more phone readings for fairs. That's been something kind of new because not all my readers take online payment, and I have kept my prices the same in 16 years of business. I have not raised prices. Spend $30 for half an hour. I take a $5 cut to the store, and so I keep it off my books that way. They get their money as independent contractors, and everyone wins. I enjoy having a variety of readers that bring things like mediumship that I don't tend to do, and I'm proud that I kept my prices down. I'm proud that I haven't raised them, especially for a fair, um, which is fairly open. You know, there's privacy, but not that much privacy. So I don't think fair prices should be anything close to a private price would be. Oh, good. Okay. Thank you. Actually, Orlando wouldn't leave my hair alone, so I couldn't even do anything with it. But thank you. Um, yes, Beth, you can. Okay. So again, elsaelsa.com. She does a wonderful chart, parent-child chart. Go on shop, go on reports. You can get their natal chart done, but there is a parent-child report that's fantastic. And again, her reports, I've gotten many of them. I usually get a solar return every year for my birthday. I've been doing that for like, I don't know, 10 years now. I've also had private one-on-one with Elsa. She's an amazing astrologer. If you're really puzzling through a question, sometimes that can be an answer, especially if you're looking at, now, one thing that tarot and readings, I'm talking really fast, I know, tarot and readings cannot tell you what you should be when you grow up. So I get a lot of kids in my store, in that 16 to 18-year-old and even older, really wondering what they're meant to do. And the cards cannot tell you that. At least mine can't. I don't know. I've never heard of a reader being able to tell someone what they should do. But your natal chart does show your talents, your aptitudes, and I can tell you, having done probably 1,000 charts myself, literally. I don't do them anymore because honestly, other people do them better, more thoroughly, and for less money, and it's easier. Um, but the happiest people I've known in readings are people who are living into their 10th house of professional success. And that house, along with your second house of finance and your sixth house of everyday life, are real harbingers for how happy you're going to be in your career. So usually people who are working in their areas indicated by those houses are happy people, I have to say. Okay. Astro Cafe is good, but I gotta tell you, nothing like Elsa. The charts are. I'm telling you, her reports for $13, and she just raised the price. It used to be 12, now they're 13. But we're talking about like 19 to 24 pages of information. So I mean, you can't beat that. And also, she does sample charts. So if you want to see what's going to be in, I mean, you get a sample of what they look like. So I've always been impressed. I've given her charts as gifts to people, birthday presents. I love giving stuff like that. Unless I've missed any questions here. fire, earth. Okay. Okay. Yeah, all the questions here. After I end the video, it's very hard for me to go back in and look at your comments without watching my whole video. So I don't always have time to do that. So again, it's www.elsa.com. And I have to tell you, if you want to spend more money, and many people do, and you want an old school by hand astrologer, Alethea, who writes my newsletter every month, she's also helped me. When my daughter Daisy was chronically ill for 3 years, she stepped up. And the thing about astrology is it pinpoints almost exactly when things are going to end. And she really did nail it when Daisy would start to feel better, her future, things I could do to help her to feel better. Daisy was really, really sick for her sophomore to senior year of high school, even leaving for college. She was had a chronic stomach condition that they had no idea what was causing it, but it was pretty bad. So actually, bad. It wasn't pretty bad. It was just bad. So, I gotta tell you, Chase, and this is my thing. You can look at your moon sign, and many astrologers believe that the moon is more important than the sun because your moon is your emotional needs. Your sun is your authentic self, but your needs. So they say you live your sun, you feed your moon if you're going to be happy. You gotta feed your moon. So, but the rising sign is really like the clothes you put on to go to work. So if you're a nurse, you put on scrubs. If you're working in an office, you're probably putting on a suit or something, right? If you're a mechanic, you're putting on, the overalls. A farmer is wearing, farmer clothes, rancher, you name it, right? So to me, the rising sign is what you put on to present to the world. It's how you want to be seen. So here's how it works for me. I'm a Leo rising. Leos love to teach. Leos love to be in public eye. Known for every Leo, even if they're bald, if they're pronouncedly bald. The men who are, proudly bald. They're Leos. It's amazing. But their hair is always gonna be looked at twice. Usually like to own their own businesses. Well, Talisman's my fourth business. They need to be in charge. They really like to be calling the shots. And so that's all Leo stuff. But I'm a Pisces sun, and I'm a Pisces stellium in the 8th house. So I am uber Pisces, all about, the 8th house is all about intuition and death and sex and things that are hidden in the occult. And I'm just I'm just like bundled up in there with two important placements in the opposite house of finance, which is why being in the business of the occult works so well for me. But I'm also a Sag moon, and that is my saving grace in the 5th house. The 8th house is extremely heavy. The stuff I hear every day is very heavy. But being a Sag moon in the 5th house of fun, recreation, good times, romance, I have always known when it's time to close the store or cut bait, grab the kids, go to the beach, something. Get out of the fray, so to speak, and catch a break. So self-care is usually not a problem for me, and it keeps you from being too heavy. Sag Moon doesn't want to get burdened like that. So that's my chart. That's how my big three play out. Okay. Now let's see here. Yes. So the same one, Cancer Moon. No, not really. Two Cancer Moons can get along really well. That could be where the attraction lies. Because Cancer Moons are lovely. That's somebody who's nurturing and mothering. Now, of course, that could be too much mothering. There's always taking it to the extreme depending on the rest of the chart. You got to look at the whole chart. But no, two Capricorn moons, you would have the same emotional needs, and as long as one wasn't a taker and one was a giver, the lover, the lovey thing that I talk about, you'd be fine because you'd be looking at two signs that understand that nurture and care and is important. So yeah, it could be really lovely. All right. I love astrology. I really do. All right. So if that's all, I am going to begin reading. I'm going to start with Aries. For those people who are new, I do the 12 signs of the zodiac. I read Tarotscopes. It's a 6-card spread, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Top card is the situation. Next 2 cards are what's impacting the situation, and the final 3 cards are resolution for the situation. Welcome, Chase. Oh, Kat, I saw that. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. You know, it's funny. I have a friend who's a very well-known medium, and you can look her up. She's Patty Griffin, and somebody had posted on her wall something mean earlier today. It was a biblical quote. It's you should not consort with spirits of the dead. Blah blah blah. And she had said, "I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm a Catholic. I don't don't consort with spirits and you know." But I had written, what the Bible talks about is necromancy, and that's calling up the spirits of the dead, usually to perform a task. Mediums, a good medium doesn't have to call anybody; they just show up. They're always around. Now, when someone just passes, there is often a transition period. Not every time. Patty's told me that she's actually got them on the way over when they were still here, but hanging on by a thread with a message. But there is no calling up, and people are afraid of that. You're disturbing, my mother. You're disturbing somebody who wants to rest, and that's not true. There's no calling forward. They come forward. They're thrilled to give their messages. And I went on to say in this response, and Patty was grateful for someone to use this from now on when someone accuses me of something like this. I have seen many people who are not believing in God or afterlife or anything become total believers when someone came through with a message that was clearly unique, absolutely could not be something that was heard or nothing vague. Messages shouldn't be vague. It's lovely, oh, they love you, oh, they're grateful, oh, that's wonderful, they're great men, and that's wonderful. But when someone uses a nickname, when someone talks about a recipe that's unique to them, when someone talks about an event that only they would know about, or a certain specific car, or dress, or a baby's name, that isn't happenstance, you know. And it really is joyful to watch people light up. And it's the difference between believing that someone goes on to a better place and knowing they're in a better place. So that's the value of mediumship. It really is wonderful for that. And I have a couple of wonderful mediums at the shop. And going to the shop, fair prices, in my case, are much lower than private prices. Mediums can be expensive, especially if you want a one-on-one session. But I do say that that's something that you would like reassurance or to know. Yes, talk to a good, legitimate medium. Okay. The nice thing in my shop is, and again, I haven't raised my prices in all these years. If you come in just for mediumship and hoping to talk to, say, your mother, and that doesn't come through, my readers won't take your money. I won't take your money. We don't pay in advance at my shop. So if it's something that you're not happy, if it's not a connection, my readers will usually say, this is a terrible connection. We're not connecting properly. You can see somebody else, or we can end the session right now. It's very rare that someone has to end it for the reader because we're happy to end it. It's like, this isn't, come back another time. It's just not, and it doesn't mean anything bad's going to happen. It just means that the connection, the energy just isn't, nobody can read everybody. And I don't care. That for me is the biggest red flag. And I actually let somebody go in my shop once because they said repeatedly, oh, I can read anybody. Oh, I'm never wrong. Oh, I'm like, but you have been, and you can't. Nobody can read everybody. That's no. And that's where I get kind of funky because I feel that's kind of blasphemous, honestly. because it's not coming from you, it's coming through you. So to sit there and say, I can. It's like, but can you really? Can you? Oh boy. I'm just sorry. Really sorry, Kat. All right, let's start. Let's start. It's 11:15, and we're going to start with Aries. And what I also tell people, and you've all heard this a million times, I'm sorry, is that sometimes, and this happens often when I'm doing a reading will come through and it's someone's going through a divorce, there's a problem with custody issues, and person will be like, oh my God, well, I'm happily married. Like, well, what were you thinking about when you sat down with me? This is so strange because these cards speak to this. Like, oh, my brother is going through a terrible divorce. The wife is keeping the children from him. There you go. I said, well, and that's what you were thinking about when you sat down. Like, oh yes. I'm like, well, that's the reading I'm giving you. So if that's what something that's a message that needs to come through, if that's something that you need to deal with, or something in your that's weighing on you, that's how it may come through. Okay. It might be one of your kids. It might be a sibling. All right. So Aries. We start with the Nine of Cups. Also, I've taught tarot. I haven't taught since COVID. My room is very small in the shop, but I try to read to teach. So if you read tarot yourself, I'll tell you what cards I'm pulling and how I'm interpreting them, and then you at home can pull the same cards, throw them in the 6-card spread, and see how you interpret it. Okay? I'm looking at this. I'm so sorry. Oh, balls. What just happened here? Okay. I read the comments, and the light is right in my eyes. Yeah, and that happens. That's true. There's nobody on YouTube tonight, but people do tend to go on YouTube in the days to follow because YouTube and Facebook, these videos stay posted. But I usually try to say what I'm reading here so the people on YouTube are wondering what I'm doing. But yeah, I went to a reader and one didn't have any idea, but the other reader actually got everything spot on. Okay, good. That is why I have a variety of readers as well. And all my readers are over the age of 35. They've all been reading for at least 10 years professionally. And Juliana's here. How you doing over there on YouTube? And they've all read me. They've all auditioned, quick 10-minute reading, told me something about my kids, my business, my personal life, something they couldn't possibly know any other way. And that's how they come to read at the store. And people will say to me, why don't you have younger kids? Why don't you have younger people? It's because they don't have the life experience. I have Grace on Tuesdays. She's a brilliant reader. She knows the cards. She's very talented. I always say she reminds me of a young me. But she lacks life experience. That Anyways, I can't. I'm not even gonna go in there. But some things that come to readings are tough on a young, impressionable person. And she's a Taurus. She's wise beyond her years and rock solid. But there's some things that kids aren't going to know about because they haven't experienced childbirth, breakups, heartbreak, divorce. It's trying to make a living, trying to, the pressures of trying to do the things you want to do with the things you got to do. You don't know those things at 16, 17, 18. Not the way you will when you're 35, trust me. Okay, back to Aries. Aries, Nine of Cups, the Four of Coins reversed, the Eight of Coins reversed, the Wheel of Fortune reversed, the King of Swords reversed, and the Four of Swords, which I love seeing here. I'm thinking of one Aries friend in particular, but I know a few that are going through some shit. Aries has been going through shit for like probably 8 months now. I love the Nine of Cups. It's wishes coming true, which is good. Focus on that, Aries, please. You distract easily, I know. Four of Coins reversed is knowing how you can make money, knowing a new way to bring money in, or thinking about new ways of bringing money in. But you're on it. It's not like wishful thinking or no, you've got a good idea there. Eight of Coins reversed has you right now not feeling up to it, not being motivated by your work, wanting something new and different. Here's where it gets dicey. The Wheel of Fortune is usually bad luck. Is something, and it's laying next to the King of Swords reversed. King of Swords reversed is two things. One, it is a man who can be a bully, or a man who's not thinking clearly. Swords are air is thoughts. So someone who is mean in their thinking, but also someone who is mean in their words, or not thinking clearly. A man with Alzheimer's, for example. And I want to say there's something around a male energy, um, not thinking clearly. And here we see the Four of Swords, which is a card of respite after being sick, repair, feeling better, rejuvenation, but it's respite, okay? Which is feeling better after an ordeal. I'm going to throw one more card, Three of Coins reversed. So I want Aries to focus on themselves and on money and on taking care of themselves, okay? Financially. Three of Coins reversed is either Aries themselves isn't feeling well, not motivated, doesn't, but you can't lose your motivation. And that's what I'm seeing here. This loss of motivation, this going down with the ship kind of thing. Okay, maybe it's not feeling well, or just the lack of energy to put something new into motion. And I want you not to do that, Aries. I want you to stay focused and remember, you gotta, money is the energy that keeps things moving. Keeps the lights on and the food coming in and has the roof over your head here. So when you look at money like that, like energy, you have to keep it flowing, keep it moving. And Aries can be guilty of erratic energy. So they run, and then they're, I'm done with this shit. The hobbies, and they've got 10 hobbies going. Every table's covered, but you got to finish one. Finish something. And as you get older with Aries, they get better at that. They tend to focus better, but very easy to distract, and very easy to distract through the problems of others. And it's like, that's fine, but what I'm always bringing them back in readings. Okay, but we're talking about you now. Talking about you. What are you gonna do? All right. I'm sorry for that, Bridget. All right. Focus on you, Aries. Especially, I'm gonna say this. Aries is the sign of the White Knight, and the women and the men are both guilty of it. They tend to fight other people's battles, and then wonder why no one's fighting with them for their battles. It's like, wait a minute, all I do is help people. I hear this all the time from Aries. All I do is help people. And it's like, and I've given and I've done and I've donated and no one's doing it for me. It's like, right, because you should have been doing it for you. Think of yourself, Aries. People have accused Aries of being a selfish sign. That's not true. Aries is not selfish. I love Aries. My dad was an Aries. But they tend to be so busy chasing the next big problem. A lot of Aries were in the military. My dad was in the military. They go after the big injustice of the world. Well, go with the little injustices for yourself. Okay? All right. Taurus. The Six of Coins reversed. Our theme here, aren't we? The Queen of Coins reversed. The Chariot reversed. The Four of Wands. The Knight of Coins. And the High Priestess reversed. Okay. So Taurus, we basically have a situation, the Six of Coins reversed, which is money that needs to be paid, debt that needs to be addressed. Queen of Coins reversed, and the Chariot reversed. Chariot reversed is usually things stopping, not moving forward. Queen of Coins reversed. could be a situation for Taurus. Debt that comes with the house, taking care of children, school. Queen of Coins reverse. Could be money was misspent, but more often it was spent trying to take care of. Okay. Now I love the Four of Wands because that's celebration. The Knight of Coins is bringing money in, and the High Priestess reversed is using common sense and intuition to handle situation. So again, it goes back to with Aries, it was take care of yourself, think of yourself, and with Taurus, it's like I'm wishful thinking. After let's say your kid gets into an accident, smashes up their car, and you're like, okay, well, you gotta have a car to drive to work. I'm going to do this. And if they get a speeding ticket or they break, do something to the car again, are you going to give them a third car? I hope not. I hope not. That's where you say, hey, you're going to be Ubering for a while, because you can't be responsible. It's really using your common sense and how you want to address debt in the future, and especially if it's meant for family or, all right. And the thing is, this debt that I'm looking at for Taurus is preventing you from moving forward with things you really want to be doing. Looks like they're fun things, and you will do them eventually, but everything's been kind of put on hold while you address debt. Okay? All right, Gemini. That music is loud. I'm sorry, I've got the windows closed. All right, Gemini. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Lovers reversed, the Ace of Coins, Judgment reversed, the Tower, and the Three of Swords reversed. Damn. Okay. Well, I mean, I love the Ace of Coins. That's the best money card there is. Let's have one more card for clarity here. This is King of Cups. Gemini. Sorry, these are really. The way I read these cards, I would read it, and it's funny because I've had a few of these readings over the past several weeks. You don't love what you're doing, but you're secure in the job. Or you're in an industry where there's a lot of insecurity, okay? It's not the time to go looking for a new job. I feel like it's a job that's worth keeping just because you make a lot of money at it right now. That's the way I'm reading it. It's like it's 10 of Cups, yeah. It keeps things going in the house. It's the family. There's the money. Do I think you love the job? I don't. Do I think it's full of problems? I sure do. Do I think you're kind of stuck there? I do. I don't like the Tower sitting there, and I don't like the Three of Cups because that speaks to the anxiety of layoffs, anxiety around being fired, anxiety around maybe a toxic workplace. So it feels more like it's almost as if there's philosophical reasons that you don't like being in this job. Um, but it keeps everything else going. It keeps everything else happy. Six of Swords. Okay. I do think there could be a relocation coming out of this. A trip or travel with work, and that may be part of what's coming up is maybe you had a job that didn't require travel, and now they're saying, oh, but you're going to be traveling now. For a lot of people that were traveling and then COVID happened, a lot of that was shut down, and now they're back to traveling again, and they're hating it. They don't want to go back to that. They want to go back to the office. They want to go back to these old routines. I'm not seeing it there being a choice of that. All right. For Gemini, I think it's going to be it's very stressful. And again, you just got to look at the money. Similar to Aries, and it's not the right time to be looking at other jobs for the most part. For most industries, it's just not. Okay, so I think you're safe. I think the job is safe. I think you're secure in an insecure environment. But I think that they're going to ask you to do things that you really prefer not to be doing as part of keeping that job. All right, Cancer. Cancer, we have the World. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the King of Coins reversed. We have the King of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Strength card reversed. All right, how do I read these cards? Well, I love the World. That's a wonderful card. And the Ace of Wands, I'm seeing opportunity, create opportunities. Are they attached to money? Not necessarily right now. Okay, it could be an interesting opportunity that's not paying what it should be paying, or that will lead to money later on. Okay. The other thing about this reading, I'm looking at these cards with these other cards here. It could be they're asking you to take on work that I would say do it. Okay, I'm going to say do it because it's going to add to your resume, and even if they're not paying you for that, somebody else will. So it's going to build your resume. You do it for 6 months. Now it's on your resume. You've got whatever certificate you need to get, whatever you needed to have, that you have this skill. Now you take it, you shop it out, around other companies or places, and make the money you need to make. So it's shitty that you'll be doing something that should be making more money and you're not. That King of Coins reversed, but I'm looking at the King of Wands. I'm looking at it leading to new opportunities. Probably not where you're working now, but that you'll be able to use it as a springboard to something bigger and better. Okay. I know the thing is to not do extra work and quiet quitting, and you're not paying me for this, but I gotta tell you, sometimes you gotta look at, like, it's a shitty way to look at it, I know, but as unpaid, but you're not paying for training. So if somebody's going to move you into a new job title and a new price bracket, okay, for your work, it could be worth doing it, for free, for 6 months in the job you have now. You're going to take this on, and it's probably much, but sometimes you got to take a long view. All right, Leo, the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Swords reversed, the Five of Coins, the Five of Cups reversed, the Page of Coins, and the Magician. Now it's funny, you wouldn't think that with all these cards, so much would be around money and career. Like I said to you, most of my readings were on money and career. Okay, well, I love the Nine of Wands because the Nine of Wands is taking on new opportunities, crossing that bridge to new creative opportunities. Usually it's career. Wands are career oriented. Eight of Swords reversed and the Five of Coins tells me it's like, what do I got to lose? What do I got to lose? Feels like it's like if maybe your job is posting something and you're like, I don't know if I qualify for it. So what? Put your name in the hat anyways. What do you got to lose? That's how this reads to me. I'm also wondering, Leo, if you've left a relationship or if you've left a situation where someone took advantage of you financially, and now it's like I need to do something, and I'm just going to start, throwing darts at balloons and seeing which one pops. Page of Coins and the Magician tells me that you may not think you have what it takes to do this. You may lack the confidence or the idea that maybe the guy from Virgin Airlines, Branson, always said You know, if you meet 4 or 5 qualifications in a job, fake the fifth one until you make it. Fake it. There's things you can't fake. You can't fake the education. They're going to want to see a diploma. There's things you can't fake. But if it's like, oh, they want this many years of experience, I've got that many years. You know, if there's a way to pad that out somehow, do it. You know, because so sometimes, you know, you can fake it till you make it, and that's what I'm seeing here. And I don't really think you're faking anything. I think you got it, Leo. I think you're ready to move on. I think you're whatever cost you money, whatever left you in a bad way, you've got a bad taste in your mouth from that. You're ready to move on, and you've got the skills and the abilities to move forward in this new direction. Okay, I like it. All right, Virgo. Virgo. All right, we start off with the Seven of Swords, the Fool, the Queen of Wands reversed, Six of Wands reversed, Five of Swords reversed, Three of Cups reversed. All right. So, you know, I hate the Seven of Swords because that usually speaks to gossip, um, people talking. Um, yeah, toxic. Sometimes it's a toxic work environment thing, but yeah, really unsavory. But I'm looking at the Fool. Virgo, you're over it. You're moving past it. Queen of Wands, you're too busy to deal with it anyways. It does feel like it's a workplace thing. It doesn't feel like it's a relationship thing. Um, Possibly people you thought that were supporting you or that were gonna possibly give you good references or help you move forward in your career are not doing that. They're balking. Six of Wands reversed. Three of Cups reversed. This isn't the friendship you thought it was. This isn't the work relationship that you were building. Um, Five of Swords reversed is seeking professional advice and taking it. It's going to HR. Yeah, okay, you can't do what you're going to do. I'll get what I need someplace else. Okay? But, you know, this happens all the time. Um, Remember that episode of Friends? Remember the episode of Friends where Rachel thought she was going to get this great new promotion and her boss completely sabotaged her? It was funny, it was comical, but it wasn't funny. She was, and you know, really a lot of backhand, you know, compliments that were awful things. Accused her of not being organized and drinking on the job, all kinds of shit. And here she was like, "Oh no, I totally support you getting this job. It'd be wonderful for you. I'll be on the interview process. I'll be putting in," and then turns around and completely knocks her down. That's kind of what I'm seeing for Virgo. You know, maybe you thought somebody was going to be in your corner helping you, and they're just quite the opposite. Okay, and that first part of that could be jealousy in the office place too. Again, Virgo's too busy to deal with that kind of shit. But you don't often see a Virgo gossiping around the water cooler. That isn't something you see a Virgo engaged in very often. They don't have time for that shit. But if you can't get what you need from the person who said they would do it, then you'll find somebody else to provide that. Okay? Whether it's a reference or it's whatever. Okay. All right. Sagittarius. No, Libra. What am I doing? Libra. You okay? Okay, Libra. Libra. We have the Seven of Coins. We have the Ace of Swords reversed. We have the Hermit reversed. We have the Two of Coins. We have the Nine of Swords reversed. And we have the Two of Wands reversed. Okay. Wow. Oh boy. You know, Libra rules the house of partnership and marriage. Usually, Libra is a team player par excellence. This is their thing. Okay. And I got to tell you, Libra's like, fuck all you guys, you know? Seven of Coins, how else can I make money? Ace of Swords reversed, they're not talking, they're not complaining, they are an air sign, don't forget. Um, Hermit reversed, I'd rather be alone, do this on my own. Two of Coins, juggling money. Nine of Swords reversed. and the Two of Wands reversed. This is really Libra saying, how can I do this on my own? How can I be more independent? You'd have less anxiety if you didn't have so much input, or had to worry about public image, or had to concern yourself with other people's opinions. You know, this isn't toxic stuff. It's just, I'm tired of doing it. I'm tired of, who was I talking about? Just today, I was talking about someone who is about to start a business on their own, Virgo. And the thing is, when you're really good at what you do, you're really good at what you do, people come to you for answers, they come to you fix problems, they come to you when there's questions, and that's great. Except when you've got a coworker or coworkers or a director or a boss, I know a few of you have this, that does nothing. So you're basically doing your job and things that they should be doing. And that loses its allure quickly. When you're taking on extra work and someone else who should be doing this work isn't. They're calling out, they're taking vacation time, they're just leaving you to run the show. And meanwhile, they're the ones that are getting the pay and the. So I'm just seeing Libra really questioning the need to involve other people's opinions. I want to say in this case, holding other people accountable for what they're not doing, that's a big deal here. And just it's almost like, you know what, there's too much on my plate. Here, you take some of this. Here, you take some of this. Here, you take some of this. Too much on my plate. Can't handle all this. Okay, time for all of you to take. This actually is your department, and this is actually your area of expertise, and this actually is what you were hired to do. Okay, Libra's tired of being nice. Okay, how about that? Libra, the nicest sign in the zodiac, is tired of being nice. That's how I'm going to put this. Okay. All right. Scorpio. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Scorpio. Page of Swords reversed. Two of Cups. Love that card. Justice. Love that card. Five of Wands reversed. The Star reversed. The Moon reversed. All right. This is actually an easy read. Okay. So, Page of Swords reversed. Certain signs are not complainers. Certain signs are big complainers. Scorpio does not complain. Okay? They just don't. They're not complainers. It's weak and they don't like it. So this is Scorpio, mouth is closed. Two of Cups is my favorite relationship card. And the Justice card is telling me that everything you're doing for family, for the people that you love, for the bigger picture. You're not fighting in terms of work. You're not engaging. The Five of Wands is the same argument, the same debate, the same problem over and over and over again. It's reversed. It's saying, I'm off the hamster wheel. You can have that fight by yourself. I'm out. Okay, I'm not engaging in that. All right? The Star reversed and the Moon reversed. No sign plays the long game better than Scorpio. They play the long game. They play the 3-level 3D chess. And this Star reversed and this Moon reversed, Scorpio's like, I'm going to give you all the rope you need. Take some more rope. Have some more rope. Here, more rope. You need more rope? Oh, yeah. Here, have some more rope. Oh, yeah, more rope. Because they know that if they give you enough rope, you're going to hang yourself. So here's the deal. Scorpio knows why they're there. They know what they're doing. They know why. They know what the reward is or what the, and what the cookie is, so to speak. And that's the paycheck. Okay? They're fine. They're not going to engage. They're not going to say a word. They're just going to sit there and watch you take all the rope you need, climb the highest tree possible, and hang yourself. Okay? That's what Scorpio is going to do. And they know that the moon reverse, it's all going to get revealed, and the star reverse, ain't going to be on them. Okay? It's not going to be on them. They're going to, and why do I say that? Because the Justice card is telling me they're going to walk away from it clean. But it would be like a Scorpio to see someone tell them, mind your own business, it has nothing to do with you. It's like, listen, if you combine that, it's going to really cause problems. You know, this formula is wrong, the situation, the math, whatever. Like, hey, you know what? This isn't even your, just get out of here. This has nothing to do with you. Hey, say no more. Say no more. Go ahead, do what you're going to do. My bad, mea culpa. And then they'll just sit back and wait for you to, again, climb that tree and hang yourself. You didn't want their help, you didn't want their advice, you insulted them. Good luck with that. Okay? Good luck with that. All right, Squirt. I'm with them, by the way. You know so much? Man, go ahead. All right, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Seven of Wands reversed. 10 of Wands. 9 of Coins. 3 of Wands. Ace of Cups. Queen of Cups reversed. Okay. Again, not hard to understand. The Seven of Wands reverse is an education card. Seven of Wands reverse, I usually see when a kid is looking to either change schools, drop out of school could be a problem. I don't think this is the issue here because I'm looking at the Three of Wands, which tells me actually a good student. But the Seven of Wands reverse is changing your major, changing your school, not sure you want to go to school, that kind of thing. A lot of pressure. The Ten of Wands is pressure around school education. Nine of Coins is a wonderful money card. Money card, it makes sense. Whatever's going to go on here. Like I see a lot of young people who are saying, you know, going to college. I'm going to go to community college my first 2 years, save money, and then I'll go away my junior, senior year. Excellent idea, by the way. You know, that Nine of Coins. This is all good financial planning. Again, Three of Wands, good student. Ace of Cups is the best love card. I love it. It's a wonderful card. But I'm looking at the Queen of Cups reversed, a mother, very worried, wondering if she's being taken advantage of, wondering if making the right decision. This is what we all go through when we've got kids in school. I don't care if it's kindergarten or college like I have right now, two in college. You never stop worrying. If it's someone who's looking to change schools or move their kids, transfer their kids, the year's ending, the school year's ending. Many people are now looking at moving, over the summertime. Kids will be in new schools. Many parents are afraid. I always say, move them, move them. I moved my kids into so many schools, and it did nothing but good things for them. It really did. Up until high school. High school, I let them stay. They got their 4 years in so they could play sports, do what they were going to do there in school. But in elementary and intermediate school, all you're teaching your kid by moving them around is you're teaching them to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Wow. You're teaching your kids to be, you can handle things being thrown at you. You can handle change. What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah. And that was the thing. Every time my kids started a new school, they were anxious, they were nervous, and within weeks they were settled right in, and it was good. And I always told my kids what the great thing with starting new schools is you can be a whole new person. If you were shy and quiet, resilient, thank you, Rosemary. God, you've done that for me so many times. Resilient. You teach your kid that. These parents that keep their kids in the same, they can't be upset, they can't have any problems. Oh, everyone has to like them. The teachers have to be nice to my kids. Oh, I'm afraid that coach is being too hard. Fuck that. This is life. I told my kids there's always somebody who's not going to like you for no good reason. There's going to be an in-law that doesn't like you. There's going to be someone at work that's not going to like you. There's going to be someone in a friend who's not going to like you. and you have to deal with it. And if you move your kids out of classes because the teachers, I'm not, now listen, I always say, right? You never stay where you're being abused, but everyone's not going to like you. And the sooner your kids learn that lesson and learn that they can handle it, my God, you're going to have kids who are like, now you got a grown up who's in their 30s having a nervous breakdown because their husband is taking a transfer and they can't handle it. Or they have to change it and they can't handle it. No, let them move around, let them experience. It's good. It's good. Okay. So, Mom, I know you're worried. It looks like it's all being done in the name of love, and it's a good financial decision. Go for it. You can move your kid. All right. So that's my advice. It would be okay. All right. All right. And we have Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. I'm going to tell you, that's the hard part of parenting. It's easy to always make things easy on your kids, to put them first, and, God forbid that they ever go without. But teaching them they have to wait for something, teaching them they can't get immediate gratification. You wind up with kids, I got four of them that are hardworking, that know how to get things for themselves, that know how to wait patiently for things to unfold and happen. And you're doing your kid a favor. Parenting is hard. And you can't be a friend to your kids. You've got to be a parent to your kids. I know I'm preaching to the choir here. My people know this stuff. But a lot of times you're sitting there with people that are related to you that don't get it. And it's very frustrating. Just like Libra, being frustrated that people or Scorpio. It's like you're not going to do things the right way. Okay, then watch it fall apart. I'm giving you my best advice. And you're determined to fuck it up. So it's just too bad when it's kids, because it's you ruin their lives. You really do. I think you ruin their lives. Indulgent children grow up to be indulgent adults, and they have no boundaries. And good luck with that. All right, Capricorn. The devil reversed. Yeesh. The Page of Wands. The Two of Swords. The Eight of Cups reversed. The Empress reversed. And the Hangman reversed. Ay, ay, ay. Capricorn. The devil reversed is getting away from toxic situation, toxic environment, toxic people. Devil reversed. Now it's interesting here. When we see the Two of Swords like this, it's the rock in a hard place. And it seems to be, give me a second here, I'm going to throw another card for clarity. I'm not sure if it's a work thing or if it's a home thing. Six of Cups reversed. Oh man. I want to say Capricorn, this is more of a, yeah. It's so funny. What I just said it earlier in this when someone was asking about uh, bindings and all that, and I said, listen, if it's between me and you, it's gonna be you. And it's funny, Capricorn. That's exactly what these give. It's gonna be between me and you. It's gonna be you. If one of us has to leave this job site, it's not gonna be me. It's gonna be you. If one of us has to um home is negative and there's a problem, I'm not the one walking out. I'm not the one making problems. I'm the one who's telling you're not going to be here. There could be a situation. Cups reversed. There's two things that could be happening here. One is there could be someone at work, a young person at work, bad fit, and it's just like it's Capricorn loves to mentor. They really do. But this could be a situation where you're a bad fit here for this environment. Okay. Oh, thank you, Greta. Now the other thing that's happening at home is a kid who's insisting that they're going to go to school, and it's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. We can't do it. The Empress reversed, the Hangman reversed. This be a kid who maybe wants to go, but has done nothing to like work on scholarship, work on their grades, work on working over the summer. I've been working to put money towards school. This is someone just saying, okay, well, I want to go away. It's like we don't have money for that. You know, be someone who's sick in the home, or someone's looking at their own life, and like, I'm not giving the money for this. I'm not going to give, let's say, my part of my retirement up or take a home equity loan. You've done nothing to help yourself. Okay, so it's rock in a hard place. I think it's more related to work, but it still has a very emotional feeling to it. Like, again, if it's going to be between me and you, it's going to be you. You know, you can go to community college. I'm not taking out of my retirement fund or my 401k or taking out a second mortgage to pay for this. And if it's work, you know, I appreciate you're young and you're inexperienced, but you have to be able to do the job. I'm not your mommy. That Empress reversed. I'm not your mommy. Okay, and I'm not sacrificing myself for this. Maybe you started and you tried to train them, and it wound up that they were just, oh, you can take care of it kind of thing. No, that's not how it works around here, buddy. I show you once or twice, and then you do the job. All right? Now, Capricorn is the wrong sign to try and suck up to. Oh, you do it better than I do. Some signs will fall for it. Leo can sometimes fall for it. Oh, you're so good at it. Oh, I'm not confident yet. Or, oh, I don't think I have it. Can you show me again? Can you? And you know, no, I can't. Nope. But this is Capricorn setting some boundaries. All right. All right. Yeah. All right. Capricorn, Aquarius. Here we go. All right, Aquarius. All right. The Emperor, Death, Ten of Swords reversed, Queen of Swords, Seven of Cups, Knight of Cups. Okay, Aquarius. Well, this is Aquarius. Now it's interesting because Aquarius is a fixed sign. Aquarius doesn't make change easily. They're fixed. They're good at directing other people. You know, Abraham Lincoln famously, you know, directed the famous president, Aquarius president, directed changing the whole country, right? But they're not so great at changing things for themselves. They tend to get into a rut. But this is Aquarius. And also not the most emotional sign, okay? This is Aquarius, I want to say pursuing love. Tired of waiting, making changes, could be actually saying to someone, look, time for you to, what do you want? You know, are we going forward in this thing, or are we not? I don't feel like anyone's giving Aquarius the ultimatum. It wouldn't work anyways. Aquarius are terrible with ultimatums. It's really Aquarius saying, okay, are we doing this or not? Um, I this is Aquarius ready to go to the next level. Now, could it be work related? It could. If it is, it's Aquarius making a big change and saying, I'm ready to go for it. Um, Honestly, it also could be Aquarius saying, I'm ready to start a family now. You know, that Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, excuse me. I'm ready to get married now. I'm ready to get serious now. This is good, but this is Aquarius knowing what they want and saying, do you know what you want? This is what I want. Do you know what you want? Um, but it's really nice. I just don't know if your partner knows what they want, and I think you're like, this is where it's should have get off the pot time. That's exactly how I read that. Oh my God, I'm so vulgar, but it really is. I know what I want. It's time to should have get off the pot. Are we moving forward, or are we not moving forward? Are we doing this, or are we not doing this? You know, I waited long enough. Care, I'm not waiting any longer. I know what I want to do here. Okay, this is Aquarius, and this is a rare thing. But now Aquarius is saying, yeah, all right, I like it. Okay, Pisces. Pisces. Okay, the Sun. Wonderful. The Page of Cups reversed. The Eight of Wands reversed. Temperance. The Hierophant. And the Knight of Wands reversed. Well, I'll tell you. The way these cards read for me, it's like I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Well, there's one last card here. The Ten of Coins. All right. This is Pisces in the tunnel, and it's like I'm not sure. I can't see the light anymore. I'm in the dark, but it's gone well so far. I'm so far in. I can't turn around in a tunnel, right? Even though I can't see, I'm pretty sure we're coming to the point in the tunnel where I start to see the light, and I'm just going to keep going fast as I can towards the end of the tunnel. This is like not being on autopilot, but it's like I'm not even sure what's on the end of the tunnel. I'm not even sure what I'm running towards, but I'm going towards it, and it's I gotta say there's great stuff at the end of the tunnel, Pisces. But I just think you're emotionally spent, um, and all your energy right now is like keeping it going, just keeping it going. Um, it's like working without. It's not hamster wheel shit. Don't get me wrong. This isn't being on a hamster wheel. This is doing what you know. This is doing what's always worked. This is it is continuing to work for you. Um, it's like but for some reason that image of a tunnel, that Page of Cups reversed. You know, I'm not sure what's waiting for me into this here. I'm just gonna stay nose to the ground like a bloodhound. Just going towards that. Just I don't know what I'm looking for, but I know what it smells like. That's a better way of describing it. And I've got a great track record of finding what I'm looking for. Right? I'm a bloodhound that always gets my person. Now you give me the cloth, I'm smelling it. Okay, I know what I'm going for, and now I'm off like a bat out of hell on that trail. And honestly, you're going to be successful, even if you don't know what the smell on that cloth is attached to. Is it a child, adult? What is it? Bloodhound doesn't know, but they know what it smells like. They know what success smells like. They know they're going to find it, and that's what I'm seeing for Pisces. I like that for Pisces. All right, guys, that's what I got for the week. A lot of people are saying throw down or walk away from the table. Shoot it off the pot. And they're really calling it. This is it. I don't have time to waste. I have a very dear friend that was dating someone, thought it was going to be real, thought it was going to be good. It was good for a time, feeling change on the other party, and very disappointing. And they said, can we still be friends? And it's like, I don't think so. Because I was really looking for a relationship, and I'm looking for a relationship, not a friendship. I'm looking for someone to be with for the rest of my life. I'm looking for that. And I appreciate you. I wish you nothing but good things. But at this point in our lives, we're at that age where I don't have time to waste. And if you're saying you're never going to want this, or this isn't what you're not feeling it, it's fine. That means I got to keep looking. And I need to keep looking with all my energy. So I wish you well, but we're done. Okay? Um, Thank you. You too, Sandra. Have a wonderful weekend. Everyone, thank you all for being here. And I do hope everyone is doing well. Self-care, take care of yourself, pay attention to what you need. Remember, I always say on an airplane, they tell you put your own mask on, then the children's. You have to take care of yourself. If you're not able to take care of yourself, you really can't take care of anybody else. And too many people, Aries, I'm talking to you, involve themselves in other problems, involve themselves in other people. Not that you don't love them, of course you do, but you run yourself ragged and you've got nothing left to give. And I've learned that the hard way. We all learn it the hard way, and sadly. So please, everyone, self care. Get rest, eat well, spend time outside. 10 minutes of sunshine, they say, releases all this dopamine, serotonin, 10 minutes in the sun. If you can just do that, okay? All right, everyone, behave. Thank you, and I will talk to you next Friday. Alrighty, bye.